What a terrible thing to have lost one's mind. Or not to have a mind at all. How true that is. We will move forward, we will move upward, and yes, we will move onward. The future will be better tomorrow. We are ready for any unforeseen event that may or may not occur. The Holocaust was an obscene period in our nation's history. I mean in this century's history. But we all lived in this century. I didn't live in this century. Bobby Knight told me this: there is nothing that a good defense cannot beat a better offense. In other words, a good offense wins. Hawaii has always been a very pivotal role in the Pacific. It is in the Pacific. It is a part of the United States that is an island that is right here. One word sums up probably the responsibility of any vice president, and that one word is to be prepared. My friends, no matter how rough the road may be, we can and we will never surrender to what is right. I love California. I practically grew up in Phoenix. I believe we are on an irreversible trend toward more freedom and democracy, but that could change. I stand by all the misstatements that I've made. When I have been asked during these last weeks who caused the riots and the killing in LA, my answer has been direct and simple: who is to blame for the riots? The rioters are to blame. Who is to blame for the killings? The killers are to blame. If you give a person a fish, they'll fish for a day. But if you train a person to fish, they'll fish for a lifetime. I just don't believe in the basic concept that someone should make their whole career in public service. Republicans understand the importance of bondage between a mother and child. Votes are like trees. If you are trying to build a forest, if you have more trees than you have forests, then at that point the pollsters will probably say you will win. The global importance of the Middle East is that it keeps the Far East and the Near East from encroaching on each other. The loss of life will be irreplaceable. We have to do more than just elect a new president if we truly want to change this country. We're all capable of mistakes, but I do not care to enlighten you on the mistakes we may or may not have made. I couldn't help but be impressed by the magnitude of the earthquake. Sometimes cameras and television are good to people and sometimes they aren't. I don't know if it's the way you say it, or how you look. We shouldn't have to be burdened with all the technicalities that come up from time to time with shrewd, smart lawyers interpreting what the laws or what the Constitution may or may not say. I understand the importance of bondage between parent and child. Quite frankly, teachers are the only profession that teach our children. We're going to have the best educated American people in the world. Space is almost infinite. As a matter of fact, we think it is infinite. When you make as many speeches and you talk as much as I do and you get away from the text, it's always a possibility to get a few words tangled here and there. The president is going to benefit from me reporting directly to him when I arrive. They need help, and we have helped, and we are here to help. And we are helping, and we're going to continue to help. I spend a great deal of time with the president. We have a very close, personal, loyal relationship. I'm not, as they say, a potted plant in these meetings. What a waste it is to lose one's mind. Or not to have a mind is being very wasteful. How true that is. It isn't pollution that's harming the environment. It's the impurities in our air and water that are doing it. It's a question of whether we're going to go forward into the future, or pass to the back. It's time for the human race to enter the solar system. If we don't succeed, we run the risk of failure. If Al Gore invented the internet, I invented spell check. For NASA, space is still a high priority. You all look like happy campers to me. Happy campers you are, happy campers you have been, and, as far as I am concerned, happy campers you will always be. It's wonderful to be here in the great state of Chicago. I was known as the chief grave robber of my state. I have made good judgments in the past. I have made good judgments in the future. Unfortunately, the people of Louisiana are not racists. Bank failures are caused by depositors who don't deposit enough money to cover losses due to mismanagement. I deserve respect for the things I did not do. People who bowl vote. Bowlers are not the cultural elite. It's a very good historical book about history. I've never professed to be anything but an average student. We have a firm commitment to NATO. We are a part of NATO. We have a firm commitment to Europe. We are a part of Europe. Republicans have been accused of abandoning the poor. It's the other way around. They never vote for us. It's rural America. It's where I came from. We always refer to ourselves as real America. Rural America, real America, real America. The other day the president said, "I know you've had some rough times, and I want to do something that will show the nation what faith that I have in you, in your maturity and sense of responsibility." He paused, then said, "Would you like a puppy?" I am not part of the problem. I am a Republican. Verbosity leads to unclear, inarticulate things. People that are really very weird can get into sensitive positions and have a tremendous impact on history. Illegitimacy is something we should talk about in terms of not having it. I have a very good family. I'm very fortunate to have a very good family. I believe very strongly in the family. It's one of the things we have in our platform, is to talk about it. I do have a political agenda. It's to have as few regulations as possible. When I talked to him on the phone yesterday, I called him George rather than Mr. Vice President. But, in public, it's Mr. Vice President, because that is who he is. I have a very good family. I'm very fortunate to have a very good family. I believe very strongly in the family. It's one of the things we have in our platform, is to talk about it. This election is about who's going to be the next president of the United States. Great American sport. Horseshoes is a very great game. I love it. What you guys want, I'm for. When you make as many speeches and you talk as much as I do and you get away from the text, It's always a possibility to get a few words tangled here and there.